Hello, everybody, and welcome to this inaugural episode of Tech Talk, a podcast where we would be diving into latest trends, tools, and technologies in this tech driven world. My name is Azimuddin. I'm a working professional, author, and speaker. And today we would be just diving on this particular topic, that is digital transformation and pharmaceutical industries. How to power progress through these ERPs and CRM solutions. And guess what? What is icing on the cake? I am joined with a very esteemed persona who is Jiten Kumar. He is a seasoned business leader for Australia and Asia Pacific region with over 20 years of deep experience. What else we can ask for, right? So join me in welcoming him as we dive into these particular topics related to pharmaceutical industries and the various ongoing latest market trends into this. Hello, Jiten. So nice to have you here today. How are you?
I'm doing good, not too bad, and thanks for giving me this platform to speak about and share my experience around digital transformation journey for pharmaceutical industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Really look forward to a very informative and enriching session. And to just begin with, I would just love to ask you that now there is this ongoing flare around digital transformation and operational excellence, right? Uh, different industries, they are just making the most out of this digital transformation and how they are just making their operations improved, everyday operations improved with the help of digital tools and pedagogies. So I would just love to know your viewpoints on this, because you have been quite, have this entire arduous long journey being in this particular industry.
Thanks, thank you for this question. I think it's a great question to start with an answer. See, in my view, it's not just about cutting operating cost or increasing speed. That doesn't mean like only thing for the operational excellence, correct? See, operational excellence is more like a mindset or a cultural change to a continuous improvement in any organization, not just for the farmer, but it's for every business, correct? So it's about creating an environment for where the employees is empowered with the empowered to contribute towards the efficiency, quality, and customer values.
Yes.
Correct. And then it's like in alignment of technology with the people process in a way that really helps to deliver a business superior business outcomes. Correct. And that too continuously and sustainably.
Yes.
So that's basically, I feel like the combination of technology, people, and the processes in a way that the business can perform well and in a very continuous way. Correct. So that's what like the operational excellence is.
Yes, totally. I completely agree. And how you feel this digital transformation is helping to improve operational excellence.
See, digital transformation is always like a key enabler, correct, for any organization. So it's like the companies are more like towards finding how we can actually automate our business operations, the day to day, the routine task,
Yes.
how we can actually automate those things. It's not about ERP or CRM solution. It's more about the automation of those repetitive tasks, correct. And in in from that perspective, the digital transformation with various tools like ERP, CRM solution, or any industry specific very niche solutions also, they're really helping like getting those tasks automated and cutting that time spent, like shortening that cycle time for that business operations and reducing that manual intervention on performing those tasks. So that is really helping any organization to free that time for those employees sitting at operational, strategical, or managerial level, and giving them more space in terms of thinking more from a strategical perspective.
Yes.
Rather than just getting them indulged in a day-to-day task.
Yes, because I loved your, totally liked your this particular point of continuous improvement, because it's not just only about these quality metrics that people think like just minimization of time, space, complexity, but it's about this customer centric approach, that it is RCI, ritualistic continuous improvement, taking the customer into account as well.
See, managing customers, or I would say creating a wow experience for a customer.
Yes.
That's a key winning value proposition for any organization. How fast you can actually give a right information when it has been required. Or example, like customer is asking how much time you can deliver, like how much time it will take to deliver this particular material, correct? Or what will be the sales quote or the sales price for this for me, correct? That time is like the salesperson, if they are able to have those information in front of them, and they are able to give all those information to the customer right then and there, so that really creates a good bonding between the customers and the organization, because the customer always feel that I get there is a short time and within which I am getting all my required information, so they don't need to wait, or like even I feel like giving time to a customer for such information is like giving an opportunity to your competition.
Yes.
So they can go out there in the market, they can check, they can see your competition. And once customer goes to a competition, that means it's a big
So
loss.
earning back.
Yes, it's always.
Yes. So we just have to be providing them these kind of frequent updations, interim progress, whatever stages, whatever process we are following, everything.
See, we know, like even in the pharmaceutical industry, we know how much time it is going to take to manufacture anything, what's already going into a production process, what's already in work in progress, how much raw material we have. So digital transformation is really helping, and even with the AI tools, it is really helping in terms of the planning.
Yes.
Planning and giving you a right picture at the right time. So the salespeople, what they need, they only need capable to promise and available to promise. Correct. What date should I promise to my customer? What kind of cost that particular item is carrying? So I'm just giving you an example around it. So this is how actually you are fulfilling like the customer demand, and even sharing the right information then and there with the customer. They are happy. Provide a sales code. Done. And not only this, see, there are how you can actually increase the ease of doing these operations while you are actually speaking to the customer. So there are not many things came into recent digital transformation. Like in day-to-day operations, we are using multiple applications. Specifically for sales, they are using Outlook.
Yes.
Correct. So what if a solution allows me that I don't need to leave Outlook? I receive an inquiry from a customer, and from the Outlook itself, I can actually check
Hmm.
what is the sales price for this item, what's the availability of this item, and then and there I'm creating a code for a customer and sending it right away from Outlook without even logging into these kind of ERP solutions or something like that. So that's where the technology has gone. It's more like giving like cutting that particular time to going to different departments, checking for those information, and keeping customer on hold,
Yes.
and then going back. Correct. So collecting multiple information and then saying to customer that okay, I'll take almost like 1 week or 2 weeks time, and this will cost you this much. So those things has all gone, and on top of it, the process has become so quick that I don't need to log in into multiple applications. In fact,
Yeah.
the day-to-day communication, I usually a salesperson comes, starts the day with the Outlook, and then and there he's working from the Outlook itself to fulfill the demand of the customer.
Yes. It has just unified the entire processes, different modules, and that is needed. Like ease of use, your everyday convenience with operations. I think it's doing the
Becomes very fast. In fact,
Yes.
like I can actually handle multiple customers
Hmm.
because I'm not leaving that specific screen or specific application.
It's like parallel execution.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing this. It's a great insight.
That's the operational excellence. Now, to achieve this, how we are actually increasing our efficiency while managing the quality and ultimately delivering a wow experience to our customers. So, technology play a major role over here. Now, without technology, today running a business is very, very difficult. Correct? Now, here comes a digital transformation. Correct. Now, digital transformation, like I think every company is leveraging technology today. It's a combination of process, people, and technology.
Yes.
Correct. Now, technology plays a major role or a vital role, I would say. How? Like almost every organization today is using ERP solutions, whether it's on premise, on cloud, or they're leveraging AI technologies these days, and some industry specific softwares too
Yes.
to manage their operations. But ultimately, what all these softwares or technology is doing for them, it's exactly automating their business operations. Specifically, if I say about ERP solutions, and it's empowering your employees with the right information at the right time, and by which you are able to take a right corrective actions or be more proactive rather than reactive to any situations. Correct. By that, all the departments with their own KRAs, the KPIs, and all, they are actually fulfilling their KRAs. Correct. And ERP solutions acting like a silent manager.
Yes.
Is enforcing those compliances and audit check so that nobody is actually going out of the way and doing something else. So it ensures that everyone is on track while performing all those operations in a specific set of sequence. Correct. So even if I give you a small short example, like any customer comes to you or a sales team to any salesperson asking for any product inquiry or the pricing or availability and all.
Yeah.
So these solutions are really helping those salespeople that they can give all the answers then and there on a single click.
Yeah.
They don't need to make their customer wait. Correct? If we make our customers wait, saying that, okay, I'll revert back in within 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, that waiting window for a customer is an opportunity for a competition.
Yes.
For sure, if they are into an urgent requirement, they will move out and check with someone else also. But if I give them the information, whatever they required, then and there, the same time, they are happy.
Yeah.
And there are high chances to get that closed. So that means the sales demand is created for my organization. Now my entire back office operations will be working to fulfill that demand. So that's where the technology is playing a major, major role. And these technology is helping us to automate all our processes, adding value by shortening our cycle time, ensuring our operating cost is low, and we have the controlled profit margins. We are not making any mistakes. Correct? So that's where the digital transformation is really helping me in managing my operational excellence or enhancing my operations and creating that environment of operational excellence.
100% true. And I totally, liked your this articulation about ERPs being the silent managers. They're just doing all those back office operations. Everything is going behind the scenes and it is helping our life, everyday rituals, everyday operations. We are just getting that comfort to streamline those operations. And you said it very right that this time gap that we give to that customer, sometimes that becomes a challenge, this choice paralysis, choice overload should not be there. That they should not be left with that much time that they can get a variety of operations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If we are giving that chance or window to a customer goes to a competition, you have lost it for future too.
Yeah.
Then the customer is also having a choice to compare.
Yes, they compare and then again they make out their own choices. With time is coming out, and it somehow affects us.
Absolutely. So it's just an example from sales perspective, but from the other side, like if we say other departments like purchase planning, like purchasing only the needed goods.
Yes.
Correct. What I need, I should purchase. It should not be like placing wrong orders for the wrong items. Ultimately, my hard-earned money is getting stuck in the inventories. Same way for production, timely execution of the production orders, and then quality testing, and then fulfilling, like dispatching to the customers and all. So it's an entire process which is working like which has to work seamlessly integrated. Everyone has to coordinate with everyone because all of them are dependent on each other.
Yes.
So these technologies are really helping to actually integrate all these departments and avoiding those silo workings, correct? By helping them providing right information at the right time. When my production planning person, he can easily see on a single click that, okay, if this is a sales demand, how much raw material I do have in my inventory? How much raw material is already there on a WIP process?
We need the prerequisite data.
Absolutely. To plan exact shortages. And then I can see who all are my registered vendors. See, pharma works in a, like, specifically coming to the pharmaceutical industry, it works in a very compliant environment. I cannot purchase the items from all the vendors out there in the market. If I'm purchasing any like APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, or any salts or chemicals or anything, I have to have some registered vendor who are dealing into. They should be licensed vendor.
Yes.
Correct.
True.
And then on top of it, the procurement of that material, I cannot consume that material without quality test or the quality certificate. Until and unless that quality has been performed, I cannot issue it to the production shop floor. And same with me. Once I am actually been done with my production, I have to get the finished quality test done.
Yes.
And the certifications from as per the GMP compliance and all. Now you can imagine managing all these processes manually or through a siloed systems. It can lead to big problems for any organization. And imagine the operating cost of managing, and one simple mistake can lead to an entire batch jeopardized while manufacturing. Because pharma works in a very regulatory environment. There are GMP compliance, there are FDA compliance depending on the product you are manufacturing, the local compliances too, and then quality certifications has to be done from outside. So all of these things are there. But when we have a totally integrated, seamlessly integrated IT infrastructure with the right technology on place, like Dynamics 365, what we do, it's really helping pharmaceutical companies to manage all these things.
So Jitin, like now, if we see in this everyday surroundings and this technology savvy world, we have this ongoing viral related terminology that is DQ, Digi quotient or digital quotient. And if we relate it to our own personal life, now people are treating it just like a EQ, just like emotional quotient, with certain people. They are treating it as an important factor in intelligence. So what you see, like now, if we see this technology-driven world, so how it is just reshaping us, this DQ?
Glad you brought it up. Earlier it was EQ, IQ, and now DQ. DQ, DigiCotent. So, see, DigiCotent, I think it's not just a buzzword now.
Yeah.
Correct? It's been new, but it's not a buzzword now. It's a real thing. Correct? So, DigiCotent, it's more like more like how open you are to adopt those technologies.
Yes.
And how open, even it's like how you're driving towards those changes, continuous improvement changes through these technology tools. Correct? So you're always hungry to know about, like, okay, these are the things what I'm doing right now. In past, I have done so many things to optimize these things, but what more? What's next? And that too through the digital tools and the technologies. Correct? So you are actually working on those parameters and always open to see what's there out there, which can really help me to optimize more.
Yeah.
Correct? What are the technology tools are coming up? There is a proper revolution going on every year. Every year there is a change in the technology. There is a proper roadmap for each and every technology out there. Even Microsoft Dynamics 365, like I have seen that solution almost 19 years back when it was like an on-premise solution. So when Microsoft, like, they started working on this solution, I have never even thought like it can come on cloud like this. And it will be available like a subscription. And that too, at that time, like when it was an on-premise solution, the communication tools like Outlook and Word, Excel, PPT, that was a main tools at that time. But now there are a lot of change in the productivity tools or the communication tools also. Introduction of Microsoft Teams has changed the entire way of communication. SharePoint for centralized repository of your documents, document management system, the entire company's intranet. Now, when Microsoft came in with the cloud technology, and they like by that they have actually integrated the entire IT infrastructure what's already in place in any organization. It has totally changed the way of doing the business. Now, if somebody don't know how to actually utilize these technologies and they're not open to those technology adoptions, then I think it's a big mistake. They will never succeed in their business or make profits because the competition day by day is going up. Strategically, the companies are placed well by the technology on the adoption of the technologies only. The competition is going up, the profit margins are going down, operating cost, like there is always a pressure on every department to bring down the operating cost.
Yes, that is the ultimate motive.
Correct. So DigiCotent, like I've seen number of leaders, like even specifically from the strategical perspective, the owners of the organizations, or I would the CEOs, MDs, or even the CTOs, or ICT business analysts only, like who are working with the business, or they are being like very open towards these technology enhancements.
Yes.
They know like now, as I was stating, like Microsoft Office M365, it's on cloud with all those Microsoft Office, Outlook, MS, Microsoft document, like Word documents, SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, and on top of it, Dynamics 365. It's also hosted on the same environment.
Yes.
And seamlessly integrated with all these applications.
That integration is key.
It's like you are giving a very user friendly, or I would say in a different way, it gives you a seamlessly connected, secured IT infrastructure where your business is running, but your people are not leaving the day-to-day applications.
They don't need to fluctuate here and there.
Absolutely.
There is no switching here. Everything that is related.
See, one username password is working across all the technologies. I don't need to remember all those passwords now.
Yes.
Correct. Now, on top of it, this is just one point. But what if I say, like, and this is very common in every organization. Anyone comes to office early in the morning, the first thing they do is they open their Outlook.
Yes.
Now, when they open their Outlook, they see customer is asking for their financial statements, or some customers are asking for, can you please give me a sales quote around these applications and or these product lines with this quantity and all. Correct?
Yes.
What if I say that salesperson don't need to leave Outlook? From Outlook itself, and with the AI embedded into it, system can easily recognize what customer is asking and asking you, shall I create a sales quote?
Yes.
And I say yes. And within Outlook, I have my sales quote in front of me. By using that email ID, system recognize which customer is this, fills the customer details into the sales quote. And by the body, I can easily, the system is recognizing what products they were asking, what is the quantity. And it creates a line item for them. And I can straight away say send. And from Outlook itself, I have created a sales quote and it's gone to the customer. And even I'm not logged in into Dynamics 365 ERP. So that's a level of automation what these things are bringing in.
Yeah.
Ease of use. Doing your day-to-day business transaction or your task so quickly. Earlier you have to refer so many people to create one document itself like sales quote.
Yes.
A simple sales invoice, sales order, like purchase order, purchase quotes, purchase invoicing. All of those things I can do through these communication tools. I am sitting on any sales quote. I need an approval. The customer is asking more than 10% of discount. I can straight away start a Teams call from the sales quote. and can indulge my sales manager or manager for an further approval. We are working on any project and I need 3, 4 project team members to work on, and I have a query or I need help. I can start my communication from anywhere.
So it has just, invoked the connection and collaboration. That cross-functional expertise is there. And the proper smooth onboarding, everything.
See, I would say today DigiCotent, like it's a mandate now.
Yes.
Even as an individual, you have to be DigiCotent. Because it is not only helping you to leverage those technologies, but it is actually giving you more and more time to see how I can optimize more.
Yes.
Your learning goes good, but as well as you're also getting into the depth of the business operations and checking where I can actually optimize more, where I can add value. If you are not DigiCotent today, like you will leave behind, like competition is going up.
And it's just like it is helping us in our organizational goals as well and personal goals as well. So
Absolutely.
this digital literacy is must in these today's times. So as we just live into this, technology-driven world, technology-driven landscapes, every now and then we are just using any other digital tool, So now if we relate, as we are just today covering this pharmaceutical industry, so how you think, like how technology and these today's form of ERPs and CRM solutions, how they are just reshaping this, our world?
See, technology is playing a crucial role, as I've told you in my previous answers, in all the businesses.
Yes.
But when it comes to a pharmaceutical industry, see, pharmaceutical is a very regulated environment.
Yes, very much.
So, see, they are, because they are working on some critical products, life-saving and both human or animals, whatever it is. But it's a very critical product.
Yeah.
Highly regulated environment. We need highly regulated environment in pharmaceutical industries. There are proper compliances created for that, FDA, GMP compliance and all, which we have to strictly follow all those guidelines. That will ensure that whatever we are producing is as per those guidelines and can really benefit out there to my customers. Correct? So in pharmaceutical, as I mentioned, like regulatory and the compliantary environment, so they need a lot of things. I cannot purchase anything from any vendor.
Yes.
Even after purchasing, storing those goods, I cannot store all those salts or APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, anywhere in my warehouse or my finished good anywhere in my warehouse. It's done. I can pack it and I can put it on a pallet and I can place it anywhere. No. Some product needs climate control. Some product needs a specific zone. That zone is a licensed zone. You have to store those things over there. Correct? Then on top of it, batch control. A batch-wise manufacturing to have a back traceability.
Yes.
If there is any problem out there in any product in the market, how you are going to track down which batch against which batch you have manufactured, and against this batch, which raw material of which batch you have used.
Yes.
What kind of quality test has been performed? Do we have that quality testing or not for purchased products? And then while consuming it on a production floor, what quality test we have performed to ensure that the quality product comes out with the same attributes what we are needing.
We need that reverse approach also, that what we have done. Then only we would be becoming compliant.
So when it comes to Dynamics 365, so it really helps us to managing all those compliances, managing all those regulations set by GMP or FDA compliances and all, and even ensuring that we are not jumping out of the line. Like example, the quality test. Have we given any batch number to it or not? And if that batch has come as an purchased product, if that batch has gone under that quality test which has to be performed, nobody can bypass that.
Yes, it is acting as a primary key.
See, I would say it is acting like a silent compliant manager, which is ensuring The Dynamics 365 is acting like a silent manager, which is ensuring that you cannot go to the next step until unless you finish this. Provide me all these information, and then only I will allow you to go to the next step.
This is this incremental approach.
Absolutely. So that's where it's creating a difference. Now, when I do planning, like I all the planning goes through batch wise planning and all. So sales demand is there. Then my production planning guy, based on the formulations, based on the recipes, what we have created. So how much bulk or formulation I have to create, and then I have to split the lines.
Yes.
That okay, this will go into this line. Sometimes different medicine, whether it's a generic or branded, whatever I'm manufacturing. Sometimes the bulk what I'm creating is can be used in multiple batches. So creating that bulk, combining all those sales order and analyzing how much product is like how many products we need to manufacture, which will be consuming a common bulk, and then it can go to a multiple batches or a different product lines. With it, and later on the cycle, we can consume different APIs, salts, and other things. The planning part, planning is really important. How much I need, how much already there, what's based on my make to order or make to stock policies, correct? I am purchasing these systems are really helping in managing those compliance of vendor onboarding also.
Okay.
So vendor onboarding while purchasing, I should purchase it from a registered or the licensed vendor. And once I purchase, it should come to my specific zone where I'm going to allocate the batch. And after allocation, it should go for a quality testing. The certain samples will go for a outside for a quality test. Once I'll receive that quality test as yes, then only I can actually consume that product into my production.
There are tests in every stage. So ongoing also and ultimate quality test.
Product has to be consumed by the living beings like human or the animals.
And here, like especially in this pharma industry, there are these three things. Like decision taker is a different person, insurer is a different person, and user is again different. So again, it is just making these compliances.
So there are more complex processes as compared to engineering, product manufacturing, or discrete manufacturing, I would say. So food and beverage and pharmaceutical is very compliant industries, correct? Because it is going to be consumed by us. So it should be of a good quality. Should not have an adverse effect. To ensure that, we have to go with number of compliances, and this is how like Dynamics 365 is really helping those organizations. It's a very comprehensive solution.
Yes.
Which really helps you to do that effective planning, then effective purchases, effective manufacturing. Okay, meeting your operating cost, bringing down your operating cost by reducing the cycle time of doing operations, because system is tightly integrated. And then on top of it, ensuring that you're meeting all those compliances related to FD or GMPs.
Yes.
And ultimately, everything get consolidated into finance, which people sitting on the strategical level, they can have a real-time picture where I'm on my economical graph.
Yes.
Whether I'm making profit or loss.
So a lot many things have been happening, behind the scenes. It goes test, it goes with quality assurance, everything, and then we get those summarized dashboards or those data monitoring dashboards for upper management.
Yes. So this I'm telling you just based on our real-time experience, because we are actually specialized in Dynamics 365 ERP implementations in pharmaceutical industries, and myself in being part of a number of implementations and digital transformation journeys. So I've seen those challenges. If they are the most of the companies earlier, they were the customers to us now, they were earlier on different systems. And then laboratory checks are done on different system. The inventory is managed on different system. Manufacturing is done on simple Excel based. For sales, purchase, and finance, they are using some accounting solution. So and then on top of it, they have to go with manual documentations around this, meeting those compliances. They have to fill a lot of information around batch number, and then what quality test you have performed. Is it okay, not okay, okay, not okay? And then moving those, okay, this much quantity has to go into quarantine. and again we have to do certain tests or purchase return. Same way with production for your own products. So it's very difficult. If you are working on a silo system, manual processes, and on top of it, lot of hard working on those documents to meeting those compliance.
Human labor is involved in this.
Very much, very much. And ultimately, this lead to a higher operating cost.
Yes.
Whatever profits you make, half of your profit goes away just because of this operating cost increased, or like I would say, high level of operating cost.
Yes, and even that becomes the time-consuming process as well. Human labor is again involved, and there are dependencies, but still we are not going to the different phase if we are not completing the first phase.
See, earlier, I'll give you a real-time example of one of our customer. They are into manufacturing of nutraceutical products, and earlier they were not on any ERP system like that, and currently now they are on Dynamics 365. Okay, so earlier they were using Mayo as an accounting solution and managing a basic level of inventory and all. Then they were using Excel sheets and Google Docs.
Okay.
So the challenge what they were facing is the first challenge is a batch tracking. Then the documentations they are doing around those manufacturing process in the procurement process. And the third and the most important part, like the unit of measurement, like the raw material is coming in kgs, liters, with the predefined packing standards. And then they are consuming from them in grams,
But there are
liters, and all. So conversions are also there when they are consuming it to manufacture their own products. So it becomes very, very difficult. Managing bill of materials of the recipes in Excel and then doing as Excel planning, it's very difficult. Now, once I have actually gone, we have implemented Dynamics 365 Business Central. I would say it's like 40 to 50% increase in their efficiency of doing any task. There are almost like 25 to 30% of reduction in the inventory holding cost. They are placing the right purchase orders for the right items with respect to the lead times and the production plans for which they are going to procure. The critical items are already there on the shelf. So they manage certain min-max level based on the min-max level and reordering policies. They are managing. System is helping them to manage those inventories. Correct. And on top of it, anything coming in as in purchase or anything going out after production, the entire system is managing those alerts in terms of quality test. Until unless they get that quality certificate from the outside third parties, and that quality certificate is not loaded into the system on that specific batch for purchase, my system will not, Dynamics 365 will not allow them to consume that material.
So these are these real-time tests, that happen, and they are required, especially in this industry.
On top of it, there is a major reduction in order backlogs because fulfilling demands, a small error can lead to the entire situation goes up and down in the production schedule. Correct.
Yeah.
Now customer was expecting I'll be getting my material next week. Suddenly I receive a call that sorry, because of certain issues and all, we are running late and now the shipment will be done after 3 weeks. Now you think about like somebody is waiting for their shipment and they have already committed to someone else in the supply chain that you will be getting on this day. So there is a huge impact.
But the risks involved, people risk, time
This
risk.
is a huge, yeah. See, time, it's always a risk. Always a risk. When you are like, it's like you placed an order on Amazon showing that you will receive it on Monday, but it takes almost another 2 weeks. Suddenly they say that after 2 weeks you are going to receive your order for which you are eagerly waiting, like when my iPhone will be coming to me.
Yes.
Correct? So it's same way, it's a supply chain. If you go on the delay, you will impact the entire supply chain further and the customer will lose the interest or the confidence in you.
Yes.
So ultimately, it's a business loss.
Because in this way, like we create this rapport with the customer client. That is very important. like maybe those technical deliveries n number of organization can handle, but the kind of non-functional part, the kind of rapport building, the kind of customer acquisition, how to retain that customer, that makes the entire difference. Then only those kind of customers will be coming back to us.
See, it's all because of the integrated departments through these technology tools and Dynamics 365, especially Business Central, which we have implemented and having expertise in for implementing in pharmaceutical industries. It's a very comprehensive ERP solution.
Yeah.
So it covers almost all the operations. So it connects your finance, sales, purchase, inventory, warehouse, manufacturing, everything. You just put a sales order in the system, and from there, system is able to give that information that this is a sales demand, you need to plan for it.
Yes.
So the planning guy can easily plan for those sales order, okay, how much it is already available in my inventory, how much I need to manufacture it. System can tell you on a single click. On top of it, if I need to manufacture it, how much raw material I need, what are the shortages, what are the projected availability, like I've already raised my purchase order when it is coming to me. Correct? So this all information you have on a single screen in front of you.
Yes.
So that you can easily make a right decision and tell that, okay, I'm able to provide you the finished good on that date, which includes my entire lead time of quality test, the manufacturing process, scheduling of resources, everything. So it's like a utilization. It's like a utilization of the entire resources in an optimal way.
Yes.
Less data entries, less redundancy in the data, correct? While you are managing all those compliances too with respect to pharmaceutical industry. So that's where Dynamics 365, especially Business Central, is playing a critical role. Yeah.
Just like wearing multiple hats, n number of things we have to manage, and there is this, we need these kind of systems, the unified systems, connected systems. So thank you for this. So as you have been quite instrumental and at the forefront, managing, helping industries streamline their operations, the kind of that upper management leadership, dealing with real life scenarios, social causes, different industries we have. So I would just, I'm quite curious to know, like, if there is any one single, that is very much closer to your heart, this kind of success story or customer win that is different for you, or that lies in your heart every now and then you can cherish that, if there is something like this.
See, for me, all my customers are very near to me. And if I come on a specific customer story, like though we have a lot of customers in pharmaceutical industry, and but okay, I'll take you through one of the customer, which is one of the leading brand in Australia, manufacturing veterinary pharmaceutical products. Okay, so when they approached to us, they were like in a very deep pain. They were using multiple solutions, managing different operations. Their volume is very high. They're a very big organization. They do their own manufacturing, as well as they also go for a contractual manufacturing out there.
Okay.
Because of their volume. So and they then on top of it, they have a huge distribution network across Australia and New Zealand. So they were using multiple tools, like for finance and managing sales purchase, a different solution. Then for production planning and production execution, one's pharma specific, but the manufacturing solution only.
Okay.
Correct. And then for sure, like Excel and other applications for managing data and the compliances. And then on top of it, the lab testing. So they were having a different solution for lab testing, and on top of it, the products are also going outside for a third party testing too. So planning for them is a major problem. And then like they have to coordinate a lot around their all the sales order, the sales demand, but still they are unable to meet the customer fulfillment dates. So that is really impacting their business. The shelves are empty out there, they are not able to fulfill the demand or replenish their products on the shelves, and or meeting the dealer distributor network's requirement, the exact requirement what they are needing, and pushing their products. So they have outgrown all these solutions. So at that time they were in a need of a specific solution which can really help them by integrating all the departments, correct, and ensure that while performing all those business operations, the sales backlog should go down.
Yes.
We should fulfill all those sales demand on time. And for that, whatever the raw materials we are purchasing, we should still, we need to purchase effectively so that my inventory holding cost should not shoot up. And I should be purchasing at right time so that I can produce it on the right time, or get it produced from my subcontractors from the on the right time.
Yeah.
So it's not only about the APIs, the active pharmaceutical ingredients or salts or chemicals. It's all about like packaging also, because one single product can go in a multiple packaging.
Yeah.
It's a 4-liter drum. It can be a 2-liter, 250 ml and all. So multiple packaging too. Correct. So from that perspective, when they come to us, like we went with the entire 2 or 3 days studies around their existing business processes, what solutions they are using, and then we actually form up the entire pain sheet, the challenges for them, based on our past experience of automating the business processes in pharmaceutical industry. So we created that entire business challenge sheet for them. And it was like when we presented it to the owner, like, okay, these are the challenges. This is what we have understood about your business. These are the key critical challenges we have identified. And what are the objectives we need to achieve if we suppose go for an automation?
Yes.
Especially with respect to the pharmaceutical industry. They were so happy that we are in sync and we are speaking their language. We are speaking their language of batch tracking, back traceability of those batches, a first expiry, first out concepts, and then quality testing and all, because we have already gone through those processes. They really liked it that yes, they got someone who can actually understand their pain, and they can easily feel confident on us that yes, they can really give us a solution. And when we come on the solution showing Dynamics 365 Business Central with the real-time processes of with their own product, we actually configured by taking one of their product, and we did the entire POC for them.
Okay.
And the entire cycle from sales to dispatch, including all those compliant processes, the regulatory, how you are going to meet the regulatory compliant, the audit trails, the quality certificates. Without this, you cannot jump to the next step and all. So wherever it is important to stop, it has to stop there. And then only like you have to perform this, then only you can go to the next step. So they straight away went for it. It was like a fit, I would say the best fit solution, what they have, the image they have got. And then I think after that, we implemented the entire solution, and it was a great success. It was a great success like any other pharmaceutical customer in the past what we have implemented. So they were so happy that they are able to meet the sales demand on time. And there is a reduction of almost like 40% in backlog orders.
Okay.
And then on top of it, the effective planning. Earlier, the inventory holding cost, they were like, it was very huge based on their operations. But after implementation of Dynamics 365 Business Central, they are able to bring down their inventory holding cost to 25 to 30%. On top of it, when I say vendor management, so the vendor onboarding process becomes very simple for them. And managing all those licenses for those vendors, placing the purchase orders on the right vendor with no ambiguity. And on top of it, when purchase is done, like the batch traceability, the process, or I would say the functionality, very comprehensive functionality in Business Central. So the using of all those best business practices with respect to the pharmaceutical industry, they are able to meet all those FDAs and GMP compliances too. So the life has become very, very smooth for them. People are so happy that earlier we were going for a different department, filling lot many hard copies of the document what they usually follow. It's all done automated now. And on top of it, the life of a finance people, like they were the one like who has got a real time free. Now they can think more strategically, because earlier they were taking almost like sometimes it took them 4 to 5 days for even for a small task like bank account reconciliation.
Yes.
Now with the live feeds coming from the bank to their business central, the bank statements directly coming to business central, and the bank account reconciliation with the adoption of Copilot, it's a real-time bank account reconciliation within minutes. And then payment process. The entire payment process end to end is being digitalized. So that's where the invoices comes on a common email ID now, like purchase@customerdomain.com.au, and then all those invoices get OCR scanned automatically by a system, and system is doing the 3-way or 4-way matching, and those invoices get directly created in Business Central with respect to the purchase order, and then the purchase process, like payment process, get triggered based on the payment terms and all. So they are able to make timely payments to their vendors, ensuring their vendors are happy and they are getting the quality products.
Wonderful. That's really an impressive, success story, because there are these two things. Effort scores and result scores. Whatever efforts you people are doing, whatever efforts they just going on with all these tools, digital tools, and then the kind of satisfaction that just comes out from their end as well, and we are also getting satisfied that yes, they got satisfied and they got what they needed. And I think in this success story, the key factor that I particularly adore is industry specific jargons, that you said, because whenever we are so friendly with these industry specifications with the kind of prerequisite keywords or knowledge, that is a game changer, because you are making them at ease, you are making them understandable that yes, we know this, so that comfort is necessary.
See, absolutely, this plays a major role when you do these kind of projects. So it's not just implementing a software, it's actually understanding that business,
Yes.
the industry, correct? The environment, how they are operating, what kind of challenges they are having, what are the terminologies and all. And with this knowledge and with your experience of implementing these Dynamics 365 ERP or CRM softwares, you actually like combining, getting a combined knowledge of the software as well as the industry specific terminologies.
Yes.
Correct. And with this, you get a proper experience that these are the industry specific challenges and how you can overcome through technology part. So next time when you go to the similar industry business, the business in a similar industry, so they don't need to make you learn about their industry.
Yes.
That's the best part. Because you are speaking their language. Your frequency is getting matched with the frequency of that specific key user in that department. So you can consult them rather than asking them that what is your problem. It's like now we are saying you might be facing these challenges if you are not using these things or you are not having these best business practices on place. Software comes after that. So software comes on the later stage. The first is, where are the challenges? What are the challenges?
Yes, that understandability.
Absolutely. And every industry is having their own challenges, own way of working, and top of it, the company who is operating in those industries, company specific challenges are also there. So when you actually go through the entire life cycle of these implementations through these companies or industries, your learning goes out.
And even we can reuse those solutions as well, because if we are getting similar kind of project.
Absolutely. So we are doing that, Azim. Like, this is really helping us. This is really helping us to deliver the best solution to our customers. It's not just about implementing an ERP solution. No, we don't go with that motive. We go with the motive that, okay, we need to add value in their business operations. We need to help them to bring down their operating cost and control their profit margins. We need to help them in creating that wow experience for their customers. We need to help them in managing their vendors, and vendors should be happy.
Yes.
See, what's the ultimate successful business? Your vendors should be happy.
Mm.
If your vendors are happy, they are giving you the right quality product.
Yes.
And the right quality product comes in, I manufacture the high quality product.
Yeah.
And if I'm managing high quality product, it goes to my customer.
Mm.
My customer is also happy.
It's a two-way process.
And if my customer is happy, they are making me my payments on time. And if I'm getting my payments on time, I'm paying my vendors on time. And I'm making my own profit.
And I totally like this kind of psychology of, impact. There is this impact is coming out, impact creation.
Correct.
Okay, so lastly, it has been such, I'm just loving the flow of session and totally loved all your insights. And now let's talk about AI. Enabler, replacement, everything, we just cover in these today's times. But let's connect this to this industry and, these cloud solutions now. So, like, what is your own viewpoint? How AI and machine learning, they are just reshaping this industry, pharmaceutical industry?
See, I would say AI, yes, AI is making a noise now. And thanks to Microsoft for introduction of Copilot across their product platform. So not only with Microsoft 365 Copilot help in drafting emails and all, but Copilot is really helping us in business automations too in Dynamics 365 business applications like Business Central.
Okay.
So Copilot agent is really helping us to automate number of processes. Specifically, if I come on the ERP side, my sales forecasting and demand forecasting is AI driven now. So AI is learning your trends, how you're selling, when it is being sold, which product is fast moving, which product is slow moving. Data is already there. AI is learning that. I can actually ask structured or unstructured queries from the system.
Yes.
And system is giving me a entire information on the trends. And with those trends, I can further put my experience and I can bring up the right optimized plan for the entire organization. That's where the AI is playing a major. The second is, like I said, in fact, for the pharmaceutical industries, we are really working toward that automation too.
Okay.
Like, as I mentioned, the quality test has to be performed everywhere, correct? Now, if I say when the batch comes in, system should automatically send that intimation and the batch intimation and batch information to a quality test department so that they can just take a sample and feed in the test results. And then AI is automating and moving that quantity from the quarantine warehouse or one staging warehouse to the actual stored location.
Yes.
Correct. So AI is really helping in terms of automating those small tasks. I don't need to have a manual intervention there. AI is working. Now, even with the lab testing machines like machine learning, you are saying how the machine integrations, AI, once the information is there and the test results have been populated, AI can actually take those information from that lab testing machines and it can create that certificate for me. Bank account reconciliations. So AI day by day, it's enhancing. Data is already there, but it also helping in automation of the routine task.
Yes.
So that's where I would say like, yes, AI, it's something which is catching up, but it's like a wildfire right now, catching up very fast.
Yes. And even like with this AI, there is this collective consciousness to futuristic universalism. It is just handling, and we are training that the particular data context is coming out, content is coming out, and then latest trends, upcoming trends, we are predicting those future trends. So that is it's mind blowing thing. Futuristic universalism.
See, again, like even we have to be digi-coated now.
Yes. There should be a thing to end.
Yes. So adoption of technology is one thing, but how being an implementation partner, we are the one who know the business processes. We are the one who know the technology also. We need to go into the depth of the technology and can align ourselves with those technology adoption with the challenges in those industries.
Yes.
And again, like the operational excellence, we are the one who is working as a strategic partner, IT partner to any of our customers. We know their business operations. We know what automations we have already done, but it's not like once we have implemented these solutions, they are going to live their entire life with the same solution. Correct? Every year, any growing organization, every year they are expanding.
Yes. There
Are a lot of changes. The scale is when the scale goes up. So there are a lot many changes which has to be happen to actually accumulate that. Actually match that growth rate also. And then next year again new targets.
Yes.
So you need to cope up with the fast pace growth environment, with the technology, with the blend of technology and the process optimizations. Because once I've implemented the solution the next year, every time we also have to be open around, okay, this is already done. What's next? How I can cut short that cycle. Currently, they are doing in 5 steps, and this 5 step is okay for them right now. But looking at the future or this year's growth plans, how I can reduce that,
Yes.
how I can actually optimize more and more within their business operations. And if I'm not doing those innovations with my existing customers, it cannot be a long term relationship with them. Because what they are actually looking from me or expecting from me, how I can actually help them more. And that's where the AI, I would say, is one of the key critical area where we are working very hard in creating those workflows, creating those common workflows which can be adopted by any industry in terms of like purchase planning and purchasing right material, the min max levels and all, maintaining those things. We are working very hard over there and we are helping those companies, adding value to their business. But from the pharmaceutical perspective too, we are working like with the quality testing. Timely quality test has to be performed. Many quality tests have been performed while doing manufacturing, ensuring that those quality test or standards are already being followed or not. Then all the documentation related to the compliance or regulatory compliances is being managed or not. So, and rest, I think all standard with the sales forecasting, planning. So it's a horizontal and then the vertical part. So we are trying to create more and more innovative workflows through AI, and I'm sure it is going to really make life easy for all the businesses, including the pharmaceutical industry vertical too. But yes, AI is playing a major role, and thanks to Microsoft for introducing Copilot in all the applications.
It is our truest form of AI companion in these today's times. So that's great, and it's just like it's not like working in silos or working just like a one-man army, but it's this synergistic partnership, collaboration, active learning comes out. Yeah. So this brings me to the end of this session. I totally loved your energy, your companionship. I hope you also loved the conversation. And we just started this initiative, to just cover all these type of industry trends, making people aware, all these technical people, to make them aware, to make customer aware about how they can implement certain things and they can just add up to their own solutions. So lastly, if any, this last message you just want to give to this initiative that we started.
I think this is a very good initiative, and I really love to share all my experience. I'm very passionate about like how I can help any business or organization in achieving their goals. So from that perspective, whatever I've learned in my practical experience, I am really open to share anything, and I really love to share all my experience with the pharmaceutical industries too. So I think this initiative can really lead to if it goes to a right audiences.
Yes.
So then they can really learn like being a digicotent plays a major role now.
Yes.
Correct. It's not only about operational excellence. Its ultimate goal is operational excellence, but how to achieve that. And how to achieve that? The answer is digital transformation, adoption of the technology. Not everything can be managed. Operational excellence today cannot be managed by just doing the manual processes.
Yes.
Correct? So, technology is playing its very vital role, and adoption to a right technology. But ultimately, the technology should help you to run your business effectively. It should not dictate the entire term to run the business. So, select the right technology which should help your organization employees to work efficiently, feel happy, they are saving their time, and it should be like easy to work kind of an environment, which I would say Dynamics 365 along with Microsoft application integrations and all, it's really giving that sense to a market. It's not a standalone ERP solution. It's not about ERP solution. It's like a collaborative environment in which the entire technology stack is working and managing your business. So easy to use, easy to learn, and easy to perform your business. That's what the technology should.
Amazing. So I would just like to, congratulate you on your entire this very long journey, professional journey of management of this providing these solutions. And thank you so much for all your wisdom nuggets. I totally loved and the articulation of thoughts, the example illustrations, everything. It has been great. So really looking forward to more insightful, intriguing sessions with you in the upcoming future with different industries. That has been our take and this true inspiration with this. So thank you so much once again. And viewers, I hope you enjoyed this session. And if you have any clear cut viewpoints, then you can just type out in the comment section below. And yes, God bless us all. Stay tuned for more such sessions.